Hello my dear students, Hseb Suraj once again in front of you to help. Today I'm going to tell you about an interesting story from class 12 which is about love by Russian novelist Anton Chekhov. This story is quite an interesting one that deals with three different types of love stories. Here in this love story, Anton Chekhov has presented an ordinary person as a main character. He wants to show the moral values within ordinary people. According to him, ordinary people are really very afraid of their moralities. Here in this love story, our main narrator, Elohim, wants to hide his love feelings for Anna. He thinks much more about Anna's life as well as future. He does not want to disclose his love affair with Anna in front of society. Here, all these three different types of love stories are told by Elohim to his friends Ivan and Birkin at his house in Sofia. Now let me tell you first about Elohim. Who is Elohim? Elohim is the main narrator here in this story about love. He is a university graduate with excellent skills. His description of three different types of love stories is splendid. He has described all these three different types of love stories in a very interesting fashion. His skill of speech is outstanding. Though he has various qualities, he works very hard, just as a patient in his farm. Actually, Elohim wants to live armchair life. It means he wants to live a standard civilized life, but due to his family problems, he has engaged himself in the minor works in his village. During the time of his university life, his father had spent a lot of money on his education, mortgaging his land of village in the bank. To pay off the debt of the bank, Elohim has involved himself in plowing the fields, sowing the seeds, and reaping the crops. He wants to maintain standard civilized living by paying off the debt of the bank. Elohim even works in town's court as a judge. He often moves to town's court to take part in court sessions, but he always remains penniless. Elohim is also sad to rush around like a squirrel in a cage. This particular statement is repeated here in this text. First by Luganov's family members and next by Elohim's friends Ivan and Birkin at last. According to them, Elohim is a man of talent. Instead of devoting himself in literary as well as artistic works, he lives very simple life and rushes from Sofiano to town's court to take part in court sessions. Here, Elohim's life is compared with a squirrel of a cage that rushes around in a cage from one bar to the next bar without having change and progress in its life. Elohim is quite a laborious man who works very hard in his field but always remains penniless. Elohim had fallen in love affair with two different people in his life before. One with university girl and next one with Dimitri's wife Anna Alexandrovna. His experiences of two different love affairs have given him dissatisfaction only. When a question is raised about love, for example, what is love? Different people have different opinions as well as views about love. For example, someone says that love is life. Next says love is consolation of two hearts as well as souls, etc. But Elohim rejects all these opinions as well as views about love. According to him, whatever is stated as well as written about love up to now, that is not the real solution or answer of love, but only a statement of question that is always unanswered. Elohim has also defined love through his own experiences of two different love affairs. He even says that his definition of love may not be applicable in others' love cases. According to him, whenever people are in love at the time, they think whether it is honorable or dishonorable, sensible or stupid, and what their love will lead to. People simply like others, they propose others, and even fall in love with others. But later on, they become fearful about many reasonings related with societal aspects, people's thoughts, relatives, etc. A kind of fear over their mind. They keep on thinking about these reasonings thereafter. For Elohim, all these particular reasonings are the main source of dissatisfactions and irritations. Elohim thinks that love is a great mystery. It cannot be bound by marital relationship. He even says that love should be done by heart, not by mind. He adds that the explanation of one's love case cannot be applicable for others' love cases. Love differs from situation to situation. Love should not be generalized but individualized. There is no certainty of personal happiness in love. Love differs from person to person. Now I'm going to tell you about all these three different types of love stories which are told by Elohim to his friends Ivan and Virgin. First love story. First love story is related with Nicanor and Pelagia. This love story is regarded as violent, consensual love story. The relationship between Nicanor and Pelagia is quite strong due to their physical relationship. They fight almost every evening, but they love each other very much. Nicanor is a man of medium height with puffy face. He works as a cook in Elohim's house. He is in deep love with Pelagia, a maid in the same house. Nicanor is a religious guy with drinking habits. He wants to live a family life with Pelagia. He wants to marry Pelagia and live in the society being husband of Pelagia. He does not want to have rumors in the matter of his relationship with Pelagia. But Pelagia thinks quite differently than Nicanor. She does not want to marry him. She loves Nicanor too much. She wants to spend her whole life with Nicanor just so without marriage. Nicanor keeps on abusing her time and again. He even chases her to being angry. Though their love affair is quite violent, they love each other very much due to their physical relationship. Here it means physical relationship can even make the relationship of love quite strong. Now, second love story. This love story is related with narrator Elohim himself. While Elohim was at his university at the time, he fell in love with a beautiful girl. This love story has proved the greed and cheat in the relationship of love. Elohim loved that girl too much, but that girl only expected money as well as gifts from him. In the name of this love, she had cheated Elohim too much. Here in this love story, money has played a vital role. This love story has shown the reality that most of the love affairs are existed due to greed and temptation. For the sake of money, love as well as physical relationship can be easily made. The concept of money can divert many people in the relationship of love. Now, third love story. This third love story is related with the narrator Elohim himself. This love story is regarded as the love story of true feelings. The writer even prefers this love story. This love story has shown the compulsion of middle-class people and their moralities. Here in this love story, both lovers have left each other for good reasons. Both of them have keen feeling of love, but they leave each other for good reasons. Both of them remain silent for a long time, but finally both lovers express their feeling of love for each other while departing from each other's life. After being elected as an honorary judge of peace and circuit court, Elohim meets his assistant president judge, whose name is Dmitry Luganovich. Dmitry Luganovich is quite gentleman of over 40 years. He is quite polite and frank guy. One day Dmitry Luganovich invites Elohim to his house for dinner. There Elohim meets Anna for the first time. Anna is quite beautiful woman of 22 years old with interesting fashion of speech. Elohim is fascinated much towards Anna to find her beauty, youth and intelligence. Elohim's mind is completely disturbed by Anna's memory. On the other hand, Anna, as a wife of Dmitry Luganovich and mother of 2 kids, is also fascinated toward Elohim. Her feelings of love even arise for Elohim. It means love can be possible at any age with anyone, whether married or unmarried. Love cannot be bound by marital relationship. After that, many changes are seen in Elohim's life. Elohim starts moving to town a bit regularly. Actually, he wants to go to town to meet and see Anna. It's a similar case that a boyfriend wanders around the house of girlfriend in a hope of seeing her face. In this way, time passes by. They meet time and again. They pass their time together. They become best friends of each other. They start sharing gifts. They share their joys and sorrows. They spend their time in the theaters too. Due to these more meetings and their talks, their relationship has become quite strong. Elohim falls in Anna's love, but his moral thoughts as well as values stop him to express his love for Anna openly. Later on, Anna also seems weak. She thinks much about her moral values. The morality of her life has made her think much about her future. She thinks much, being fearful. That's why she cannot express her love for Elohim. Due to much thinking, Anna becomes the victim of mental prostration. She suffers from psychological depression and nervousness. Later on, Elohim sees the illusion that Anna enjoys her life and does not pay attention towards him. Finally, Lugano's family has to move from that place. Anna is leaving for Crimea for her mental treatment. Elohim goes to say goodbye to Anna for the last time inside the train. When their eyes meet for the last time, both of them cry and hug each other so tightly. Elohim kisses Anna and even expresses his love for her. Finally, both lovers depart from each other's life. In this way, the climax of this story is quite sad. So this is all in all about this interesting story about love by Anton Chekhov. And the most important questions related with this story are: describe 3 different types of love stories which are suggested by Elohim. How did Elohim define love? Sketch the character of Anna. Sketch the character of Elohim. Sketch the character of Luganovich Dmitry. Explain this statement: Elohim is said to rush around like a squirrel in a cage. Describe about the violent love affair between Nicanor and Pelagia. So thank you for watching this video. We'll meet again in my next video. Until then, bye bye, take care, and don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Thank you very much.